everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today I am getting a jump start transplanting some garlic here in my gardens in central North Carolina. I was really surprised to see all the garlic that I missed harvesting has started to grow. And I think it's just because we've been unseasonably cool. It's been extremely pleasant. So I was like, oh gosh, I better pull that up because there's no point in having it grow all crowded. And I'm just looking around at sunny open edges of beds to be able to transplant it all into. Now, the reason I like to plant my garlic along bed edges is for a couple reasons. First of all, it's really easy to access. Let's face it, accessibility is super critical when growing food crops. But it also has this superpower in that deer and rabbits don't like the smell of the foliage, and in-ground animals like moles and voles don't like the smell of the bulb. So it's a really useful plant to put right along edges to help deter those problem mammals. And I know I can't be the only one that is battling not only above ground animals, but in-ground animals too. So garlic has long been my first line of defense, and it has worked out really well for me in the 13 years that I've been gardening at the Blue House property. So today I am going to get this garlic planted here at the White House for the very first time. Now I am just planting it right here along this edge. We'll just see how far this amount of garlic goes. I'm going to take it all the way up. I'm just basically with my hand mattock just digging a small trench. And then I am putting one clove in. I'm spacing them about 1.5 inches apart. Let me give you an up-close view. I feel like in the past I've already made a million videos to show you this process, but for those of you who haven't gotten into my more than 1,000 video archive, here's an update. So you can see I've dug the trench. It's about 1 inch, 1.5 inches deep. And now I'm literally just separating them into individual cloves and placing them in. And once I get the entire thing planted, I'll just come back through and fill in. It's a really, really easy process. I don't fertilize and I don't usually water, although I'll tell you, we're actually quite dry right now here in Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina. So it's likely that I will run a sprinkler, not so much for the garlic, but for everything else growing in the beds. The garlic will benefit from that added moisture. Well, since I made it this far on the border, I figured I might as well grab some of the garlic that I've had stashed in the boathouse curing, waiting to get eaten, and I might as well just go ahead and get this planted as well. So I'm just going to continue with my trench, and these haven't started to grow vegetatively, but once I get them in the ground and they get some water, they are bound to bolt very quickly. Now I know that this variety is a soft neck called Transylvania, and not that it really matters, but well, here's my cutoff line. I'm not really sure what all of these ones are. They might actually just be random garlics that I bought from the grocery store. And that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with grocery store garlic. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of this side planted so that it's done and I can check one thing off my to-do list. Well, that was an easy enough process, and I have to say, I am absolutely shocked that the garlic that I missed harvesting back in June had already grown 12 to 14 inches tall vegetatively. But that shows you that it's time to go ahead and start thinking about placing your garlic orders, which I haven't done yet. Now last year I ordered 2 varieties specifically, a soft neck cultivar right here, which you can see soft necks are really easy to braid. This is one called Transylvania, and a hard neck variety, this is Music. And I really like both of these. They're delicious to cook with. They're also really easy to grow. And here in central North Carolina, we can grow both. If you live further south where it's really hot, you're gonna wanna only grow soft neck. And if you live in a colder climate, you're gonna wanna stick to hard neck varieties. But if you live in an intermediate zone like I do here in zone 8, you get to grow both. Now, I don't actually know what these are, and I have long been planting garlic that I just bought from the grocery store. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But if you want to get specific, I highly recommend checking out Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. They've always offered great varieties of garlic, especially for those of us here on the East Coast, Mid-Atlantic, and Southeast. Well, I do hope you'll subscribe so that you will get regular updates on how my 2025 planted garlic will grow. And as always, I'm wishing you the best. Thanks so much for watching, and happy gardening.